Welcome to the lecture on the determination of gain margin and phase margin from the board plots. So, why we need to know the gain margin and phase margin? Because the gain margin and phase margins tells us about the status of the stability of the system, means whether the system is stable, unstable or marginally stable. So this lecture basically has been planned in a two part. First part is construction of the board plot, taking the example, and second part is to identify or to know the gain margin and phase margin, and from there uh, to know the stability of the system. So purpose of the board plot, now it is very much clear that it is drawn to know the stability of the system. Now taking the first example, here GS equal to 200 uh, into 1 plus S divided by 10 plus S whole square. So to draw the board plot, first of all, we have to put S equal to j omega, putting S equal to j omega and simplifying so that we can identify the corner frequency of the system. So that gets converted into, since here 1 by 10, 10 to divide 10 is taken to common, so this will be 1 plus s by 10, so that will be and putting s equal to 0, so and that uh, 10 means common means this becomes 100 out of the bracket, so 200 divided by 10, it is 2, so and 1 plus j omega in the numerator, while in denominator 1 plus j omega by 10 whole square. So looking this transfer function, there are two corner frequency. First corner frequency at a uh, j omega by 1, what we can say, this is a 1 radian per second, while second corner frequency is j omega by 10, 10 radian per second. While this part is a constant gain k, we can say it is a 2. So this uh, will be having a, this board plot will be having a three part. First part is for this constant, the second part will be the first for the lower corner frequency, means 1 plus j omega this factor, another will be 1 plus j omega by 10 whole square. So first corner frequency uh, will be here, the slope will be having a 20 dB per decade, and for the second it will be, since it is a square, so it will be having a minus 40 dB per decade. So the net slope, see here, considering this and this, that will be equal to minus 20 dB per decade, while the board plot will start at 20 log 2, that is 6.02 dB and 0 at a 0 dB. So now the board plot you can see here. So first part for 20 log 2 in 6 dB, it is marked up to the first corner frequency 1 at a 0 dB, while the from 1 to 10 it will be having a slope of, due to this factor, having a slope of 20 dB per decade. After this means next corner frequency, this will be, this factor will contribute minus 40 dB and this factor is contributing plus 20, the net angle will be minus 20 dB per, and that may be up to the next decade, means 100 radian per second. So this is the board magnitude plot, and further going before going further, you can see here on the x-axis frequency uh, is taken on the log scale, means here first frequency 0.1, 1, 10, 100, and this will be 1000 radian per second. While on the y-axis it is the magnitude in dB, decibel, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. So like this you have to scale the graph, and then you can very easily draw. So you have to also write the scale on the graph paper. Now the phase uh, uh, plot will be drawn knowing the phase angle contributed by the each factor. So this is the advantage of the board plot, since you can see, we can see even the magnitude as well as phase contributed by the each factor of the transfer function. So angle contributed by 1 plus j omega will be tan inverse omega, while 1 angle contributed by 1 plus j omega by 10 whole square will be minus 2 tan inverse omega by 10. So net angle, say it is a phi. Phi will be sum of phi 1 plus phi 2. So phi 1 here is, you can see, tan inverse omega, while phi 2 is minus 2 tan inverse omega by 2. So for the range of the frequency, we have to find out the phase angle, and that you can see in this slide, that for the range of frequency, means here first frequency is taken 1.1 radian per second up to the 100 radian per second, and corresponding angle for the different value of the frequency is determined and written here. So net angle contributed by transfer function at 0.1 radian per second, 4.55 radian degree, while for say 1 it is a 45 degree, phi 1, phi 2 is a minus 11.4 degree, and net angle contributed, these angles are in degree, so that is 33.58 degree. So and similarly you can see that 100 at 100 radian per second, angle contributed by phi 1 equal to 89.94, while phi 2 is minus 68.58, and finally net contributed angle is minus 78.64. So you can see here the board phase plot. On the x-axis means log scale, frequency is taken. On y-axis the uh, phase angle taken in that in a degree. So after marking the point on the graph paper, you can trace it, and you will find that this will be the board phase plot. Normally these plots are drawn one over another. So here you can see that is the what is the important, you have to be careful while marking the frequency, same point must be marked one either means 100 radian per second, so magnitude will be at the same point 100. So this way one can draw the both magnitude and phase plot. Now considering the next example, consider g j omega equal to 10 multiplied by 1 plus j omega by 2, it is a factor in the numerator. 1 by j omega square is or j omega square is a multiple pole at origin, and 1 plus j omega simple pole, uh, simple pole. So here one can see that this is a multiple pole at origin. This is the lowest corner frequency, means 1 radian per second. And individually it will be contributing minus 20 dB per decade, while j omega whole square will be contributing minus 40 dB per decade. 1 plus j omega by 2 will be contributing plus 20 dB per decade, while the resultant slope, since 1 by j omega square will be initially effective, so plot will start, since 20 log 10 will be 20 dB. So and this will be at 1 by j omega square will be having a minus 40 dB per decade. So the plot will start at a 60 dB having a slope of minus 40 dB. So for the next one means 1 plus j omega up to the, so it will be up to the omega equal to 1, right? So while 1 plus after one, first corner frequency, it will be having a net resultant slope of a minus 20 dB per decade. So now you can see here it is a first part means 1 by j omega square, basically 10 by j omega square. Here 20 log 10 means 20. So shifted by having a slope of 40 dB. So that will start at a 60 dB having a slope of minus 40 dB per decade up to the first kernel frequency means 1. After one, after this point, so this will be the graph, and it will continue. It will be having a slope of, since this is a minus 20 and this 1 plus j omega will also contribute a minus 20 dB. So net angle for this part with this asymptote, the slope will be minus 60 dB per decade, minus 40 dB and minus 20 dB. So net slope will be minus 60 dB, and this will continue up to the this corner frequency means omega equal to 2. So here omega equal to 2, and this will touch this point. After this, for the next decade from 2 radian per second, so that will be having a, since this is the 0, so that will contribute plus 20 dB. So slope will be minus 60 dB plus 20 dB means minus 40 dB per decade. So this will be like, so here at omega equal to 1, this will be having a 0, and at this point omega equal to root 2, so root 10. So this point will be uh, omega equal to root 10. So this is the Bode magnitude plan. Now for the same transfer function, we have to find out the phase angle contributed by the each factor. So again, since 10 is a constant, this will not contribute any angle. So while 1 plus j omega by 2 will be contributing angle tan inverse omega by 2, while this will be contributing j omega by j omega whole square. This factor will be contributing minus 180 degree. 1 plus j omega will be contributing angle minus tan inverse omega. So these are the angle contributed by the different factor. Net angle will be phi, and that phi will be phi 1 plus phi 2 plus phi 3. So this is the angle. So again, similar to the first example, we have to take a different frequency, and for that frequency we have to find out the phi 1, phi 2 and phi 3. You can see here in this table, for the different value of the frequency, phi 1, phi 2 and phi 3 has been obtained, and net angle phi has been obtained by adding of all these three angle means phi 1, phi 2 and phi 3, and this is the uh, phase angle at these frequency, at this frequency. So you can now in a position to draw the Bode phase plot as frequency is varied with the range from 0.1 radian to say it is 100 or up to the, say it is the point 150 or 150. So here what is important, again on the x-axis means log axis you have to mark the frequency, on y-axis means linear axis you have to mark the degrees, and after marking this point and tracing it, this will result a Bode phase plot. Now third example, here difference is we have also considered a quadratic factor. So transfer function is g j omega equal to 4, 1 plus j omega by 2. It is a 0, and while 1 by j omega means a pole at origin, and 1 plus j omega by 10 minus omega square by 100. This is the quadratic factor. So basically 4 is a constant, so its value will be in a decimal 20 log 4 equal to 12 dB, while 1 upon j omega is a simple pole at origin. This will be contributing a minus 20 dB per decade, and 1 plus j omega by 2 means here the uh, uh, corner frequency is a 2 radian per second. So this will be uh, contributing the uh, angle of plus 20 dB per decade, while the this quadratic factor will be contributing the angle of minus 40 dB per decade individually. While what we can see, so initially this 1 by j omega will be effective, so plot will start 20, since it will be having a 20 dB slope, so that will start from the 32 dB at a slope of minus 20 dB up to the first corner frequency. So here you can see here, first of all you have to mark the 12 dB. In this case, adding this with the 20 dB, so that will start from the 32 dB at a slope of minus 20 dB per decade up to the first corner frequency. First corner frequency is 2 radian per second, up to the 2 radian per second here up to this. And after that, this will be contributing a plus 20 dB. So here minus 20 dB and plus 20 dB. So this will be a next asymptote will be at a 0 dB per decade, and this will continue up to the 10 radian per second. So this from 2 to 10, this is the having a slope of 0 dB per decade, and then after this factor will be contributing minus 40 dB. So here, since it is a net 0, 0 minus 40, so that will be resulting minus 40 dB from 10 say to the next corner frequency up to the next decade, means that will continue up to the 100 at a slope of minus 40 dB per decade. So this is the Bode magnitude plot for this transfer function. Again, you have to be careful that on the x-axis, means log axis, you have to take the frequency, while on the y-axis we have to take the magnitude in a dB. So the next part of this Bode plot is phase plot. So here j omega equal to 41 plus j omega by 2 and j omega 1 plus j omega by 10 minus omega square by 100. So this here this factor 1 plus j omega by 2 will be contributing the angle tan inverse omega by 2, while j omega will be contributing, since it is a simple pole at origin, minus 90 degree, and this factor will be contributing the angle minus tan inverse twice zeta omega into omega n divided by omega n square minus omega square, where omega n is omega n square equal to 100, or omega n equal to 10 radian per second. So now you are able to see that phi 1 equal to tan inverse omega by 2, phi 2 equal to minus 90 degree, phi 3 equal to minus tan inverse twice zeta omega into omega n divided by omega n square minus omega square. So this is the angle. So now you know the formula. You have to vary the frequency, say 0.1 to 10 or 40. So after that you will be able to know the angle at a particular frequency. So here it is frequency is varied from 0.1 to 100, and the different value of angle is obtained at a different value of frequency, means phi 1, phi 2 and phi 3. Finally phi will be uh, sum of these phi 1, phi 2 and phi 3. So, and after knowing this phi and since it is a phase angle contributed by transfer function, what would be, you have to take on x-axis, this is the frequency varied from zero point 0.1 to 100 radian per second, and this is the angle obtained at these frequency, and marking on the graph paper on the x-axis. Again, here frequency is taken on y-axis, the phase angle phi is taken in degree. So this is in degree, and this is frequency on the x-axis in a radian. So this way, the board phase plot is drawn. Now, important thing is that why we draw the board plots. So the thing why we draw the board plot, it is very important to know. So from the board plot, uh, as initially I said, you will be able to know the gain margin available and phase margin available. So to know the gain margin available and phase margin available, so first of all we should know the two important frequency, that is gain crossover frequency and phase crossover frequency. The gain crossover frequency, you can see here, it is defined at which the board magnitude plot crosses the 0 dB axis. So this is the gain crossover frequency. Uh, Board magnitude plot crosses the frequency at which board magnitude plot crosses the 0 dB axis, while the phase crossover frequency, it is the frequency at which the board phase plot crosses the minus 180 degree axis. So these are the two important points that you must know. So these are the frequency you have to mark on the board plot, and based upon this you will be able to the gain margin and phase margin. So formula for the gain margin, here it is written as a at the phase crossover frequency. If the phase crossover frequency is omega p, so what is then the reciprocal of gain at this frequency means 1 by m at omega equal to omega p, omega m equal to omega p. So it will be simply, you have to take, since magnitude is in a log, so it will be simply whatever the magnitude, that will be minus 20 log magnitude of g j omega p and h j omega p in a dB. So this is the mathematically, but in from the graph you can directly find out. While phase margin phi is the angle at the grain crossover frequency, and the phase margin formula is 180 degree plus phi at omega g in degree. So these are those two important formula that you have to remember to know the gain margin and phase margin. Now from the example, it will be very easy to understand the gain margin and phase margin. So here a simple uh, board plot has been considered. That is, it is a board magnitude plot. Uh, this plot crosses at this point as a 0 dB line. So this is the point that is called the gain crossover frequency. While this is the point where this crosses the minus 180 degree. So this is called the phase crossover frequency. So from phase crossover frequency, a line parallel to the y-axis is drawn up to the magnitude plot here, and it is met, and from that we draw a line parallel to the frequency axis. This is the gap between this 0 dB and this point. This shows that it is a gain margin available. After this, since we have flexibility to shift this point, and even though the system will be remain stable, means that, so this is the you can see it is a minus sign, so change the sign and it will be a it will be considered as a positive gain margin available. While at a gain crossover frequency, we from gain crossover we draw a line and it crosses to the phase plot, and from that the gap and a line parallel to the frequency axis drawn, the gap between minus 180 degree and this line is a phase margin available. So this is a phase margin. So normally you will find that when omega p is greater than omega g, means phase crossover frequency is greater than gain crossover frequency, the system is stable. When phase crossover frequency is less than gain crossover frequency, it is unstable. While when phase crossover frequency is equal to gain crossover frequency, the system is marginally stable. So these are the things we have to remember to know the gain margin, phase margin, the value of the gain crossover frequency and phase crossover frequency. So if the phase crossover frequency is greater than the gain crossover frequency, so the system will be stable. Now taking the example, so let us take the first example here. G j omega equal to k by 1 plus j omega by 2, 1 plus j omega by 4 and 1 plus j omega by 5. So here constant gain k, and these are the three factors, that these factors are simple poles. So this first factor will contribute minus 20 dB. This is the lowest corner frequency. The next corner frequency, taking the effect of this, so net will be minus 40 dB, but individually this will also contribute a minus 20 dB per decade. This will also contribute a minus 20 dB. So here, as moving from this corner frequency to this corner frequency, net slope will be minus 60 dB per decade. While the if we consider k equal to 5, so 20 log 5 equal to 13.979 or 14 dB. So the both plots, since there is a no pole at origin, whether it is a simple pole or multiple poles, so this factor will, the both plot will start from 20 log k, means that is at 14 dB at a 0 dB. So and it will continue up to the first corner frequency, means omega equal to 2 radian per second. So here you can see in the board plot. Now phase angle for the same transfer function, means k upon 1 plus j omega by 2, 1 plus j omega by 4 into 1 plus j omega by 5. So angle contributed, since these are the roots that represents the pole, so angle contributed by these roots will be minus tan inverse omega by 2, and contributed by this factor minus tan inverse omega by 4, contributed by this factor minus tan inverse omega by 5. So net angle contributed will be phi 1 plus phi 2 plus phi 3. So phi will be sum of these angles. So what would be the net angle? That is a phi. So again we have to vary the frequency, say 0.1 to say 100, and in this range we will find the phase angle, and after marking on the graph paper, that will result the board phase plot. So you can see in this uh, uh, table, the frequency is varied from 0.1 to 10, and corresponding phase angle is obtained, and net angle here, say phi in a degree, is for 0.1 it is a minus 5.44, and say for 10 radian per second, this is the angle obtained in minus 210.31 degree. Got it? So now you have to plot it. So here from this transfer function you can see that this is a k equal to 5. So 20 log 5 equal to 14, say 14 dB. So 14 dB it is marked up to at the 0 dB, and this will continue up to the 2 radian per second, up to this point. After that, it will be having a slope of minus 20 dB, and it will continue up to the 4 radian. So from 2 to this is the 4 radian per second, and after that, what would be next, this route will be contributing minus 20 dB per decade. So net slope for this will be minus 40 dB, and this will continue up to the 5 radian per second. After 5, say here it is a 5 radian per second. From the graph you can see it is a 5. So from this point means it will be having a slope of minus 60 dB per decade. And we have already determined the phase angle for the different value of the frequency and marking this on the graph paper, and then tracing. This is the board phase plot. Now from these two plots we have to identify the gain crossover frequency and phase crossover frequency. This is the point where the board magnitude plot crosses the 0 dB line, and this frequency is known as the gain crossover frequency, while this is the frequency where this phase plot crosses the minus 180 degree, and that is known as a phase crossover frequency. So from this phase crossover frequency, what we have to draw? We have to draw a line parallel to the y-axis and extending up to this magnitude plot, and then touching this point, and we should know this is the point, and from this point we have to draw a line parallel to the x-axis like this. The gap between 0 dB and this will be the margin available for the system. Gain margin means gain margin available. Similarly, at a gain crossover frequency, we have to draw a line parallel to the y-axis, and where it touches and crosses the phase plot, and then from that point a line parallel to the axis is drawn, and the gap between this and this will be giving the angle. So here for this case the angle is minus 171 degree. So phase margin, you can easily say formula is 180 degree plus phi, where phi is a minus 171. So 180 minus 171, so that will be a 9 degree. So phase margin available is 9 degree, while for this case, since it is a minus of this, so you have to change the sign. So available the gain margin is 5.5 dB. So the gain margin is plus 5.5 dB. Phase margin is also plus 9 degree, and you know that this is the phase crossover frequency and this is the gain crossover. From here you can very easily see that phase crossover frequency is greater than the gain crossover frequency. So from here you can directly conclude the system is stable. But to know the exact value of gain margin and phase margin, this process has been adopted. So the system is available and you have some flexibility. Even though some variation takes place, the system will remain stable. Now taking the next example, here g j omega equal to 100 divided by j omega, and next factor is 1 plus j omega by 5, another factor 1 plus j omega by 10. So here 1 by j omega will be dominating initially, while 20 log 100 is giving a 40 dB, and this 1 by j omega will be contributing individually minus 20 dB per decade, and this factor 1 plus j omega by 5 will also contribute minus 20 dB per decade. This individually 1 plus j omega will also contribute minus 20 dB per decade, but while drawing we have to take step by step and we have to see the resultant slope. So here you can see first corner frequency is 5 radian per second and second corner frequency is 10 radian per second. So here the plot will start at a 60 dB because it will be contributing minus 20 dB while 20 log 100 is 40. So this is the uh, uh, constant part that will be contributing. So here you can see, you will see that in the magnitude plot in the next slide. While before going to that, we should know the phase angle contributed by the ease factor of this transfer function. So here what happens? So 1 by j omega means simple pole at origin that will be contributing minus 90 degree. 1 plus j omega 5 means this will contribute angle of minus tan inverse omega by 5, and this will contribute angle of minus tan inverse omega by 10. So what would happen? Phi equal to phi 1 plus phi 2 plus phi 3. So what net phi will be phi 1 plus phi 2 plus phi 3, and for the different value of the frequency, angle can be determined. Here in this table you can see the angle is obtained for the range of the frequency, means from zero point 0.1 radian per second to the up to the 40 radian per second. So here phi 1, phi 2 and phi 3, all these are obtained and added up. That will be resulting net angle contributed by the each of the frequency, and the frequency is varied from zero point 0.1 to 40 radian per second. So this is the phase angle with variation in the frequency. Now board plot is constructed like this. Since this is the 20 log 100 means it is a 40, and 1 by j omega will be having a slope of, so board plot will start from minus will start from 60 dB at a slope of minus 20 dB at a slope of minus 20. This is the asymptote one, what we can say. While and this will continue up to the first corner frequency, say 5 radian per second. This is continued up to the 5. This is the 5 radian per second up to the 5. After that, this factor means this is the this will also contribute minus 20 dB per decade. So net slope will be minus 40 dB per decade. So and this will continue up to the 10 radian per second. So here up to this point, and after that this will contribute a minus 20 dB per decade. So after this 10 radian per second, from this point onward, that will be having a slope of minus 60 dB per decade, and this is the asymptote third. So asymptote 1, 2, 3, these three asymptote is a board magnitude plot, while the phase angle for the range of the frequency as shown in the table we have to mark like this. These have been marked here, you can see easily, and this is the point you can see. And after this drawing, what you have to do to know the gain margin and phase margin, locate the gain crossover frequency and phase crossover frequency. Here the gain crossover frequency is this is the point, and from this point we have to draw a line parallel to the y-axis where it touches the phase plot, and from that plot we have to move to know the angle. This is the angle for this point. So this is the angle coming to the minus uh, 212 degree. So this is the, and the gap between this is we can identify using the phase margin formula. 180 degree plus phi, here phi is a minus 212, so 180 minus minus 212, that is giving the minus 32 degree, minus 30 degree. So angle phase margin is coming minus 32 degree, while gain margin you can see here for the phase crossover frequency. You have to draw a line parallel to the y-axis where it touches the up to the magnitude plot. From that plot we have to draw a line parallel to the x-axis or frequency axis. It touches at this point. So the gap between this 0 dB and this is coming to the 16.5 decibel. 16.5. So you have to change the sign. This is a plus, so that gain margin is already, it has violated, so it is coming to the minus 16.5 dB. So uh, both, not only the phase margin, gain margin is also coming the in the negative. Any one of the margin, that is whether gain margin or phase margin, comes into negative, system is unstable. So for a stable system both must be positive. Another thing is, you can simply comment upon this, since uh, phase crossover frequency is less than the gain crossover frequency. So you can directly conclude the system is unstable. So this is the way we can know the gain margin and phase margin. From that we can tell the status of the stability of the system. So this way this lecture is concluded. So why we draw a board plot? To know the gain margin and phase margin, and from that we are able to conclude whether the system is stable, unstable, or marginally stable. A graph may come that gain margin and phase margin, gain crossover frequency and phase crossover frequency may be lying at the same frequency. In that case the system will be marginally stable. So thank you to all. Listen carefully. Thank you.